tune, man. Good tune. Good tune. Hey. One more, just one more. Yeah, boy. Sam O'Reilly with the Fight Talk podcast. Myself and Richie Gray. I've just played the champ because Lerrone Richards is our guest. He's fucking running late. He'll be here. You know, I trust him. He's coming with them titles, so he's going to be here. But as of yet, we couldn't wait as of right now, so we thought we'd crack on. I'll play it again when he walks in, you know what I mean?
Give him like an entrance to the podcast.
Yeah. And coming to you, I can't be worse than any MC we've seen in the last few weeks.
Yeah, bring him in.
Yeah.
Right, you know, in the yellow corner.
Because he gets the yellow corner because of them chunks, yeah?
No, because the MC just said whatever he fucking felt like. He's just making up as he go along.
We are going to touch on these MCs. Grant Phillips and Shawn Dennis.
Phillips from Nottingham with 12 fights and 1 win.
Mate, I don't listen. We're going to talk about. We're going to talk in detail about MCs. See how long my hair is? It's over my ears.
I even did posts about this, complaining. You've got grey hairs in there, man.
I'm grey, bruv. I'm an old man, but my hair is so long.
You're more grey than me right now.
I know, bruv. Mad. But no, it was the MCs were great. We're going to discuss that a bit later at length, man. But how's your week been? Let's start. We should start with more formalities and more niceties because we kind of just jump in. It took Rob Tebbett to be here for us to get posh. That's what happened, wasn't it?
So now you're making us a bit sophisticated. Right?
Yeah.
How have you actually been?
We are now an upper class pod.
Since we've been here,
we've had Rob Tebbett on.
We've walked in. I've asked over food. I've raided food out of his fridge. Made myself some fucking lunch.
So it is, mate. Yeah, yourself. You know what I mean?
I was like on the way in. I was like, "Has Miss O'Reilly done a buffet again?"
She did. Lerrone missed out.
Mate, that was nice. It was nice.
Good week though.
Sausage roll was nice. It was warm.
Sausage roll?
That was good. You gave me a sausage roll. I took one of your sausage rolls, and maybe you didn't give it to me.
You can have as much sausage roll. I know you love a bit of sausage, Rich. So.
Yeah, no, the week's been alright, mate. I've been going rugby, ain't I?
Yeah, don't do that, man.
No, mate, it's good fun.
It's not.
You can buy Richie Gray merchandise.
RichieGrayRugby.com.
Richie Gray Rugby merchandise.
Is that going to be your new account instead of Richie Gray Media? It's going to be Richie Gray Rugby.
Mate, like 300 people turn up to watch me play.
Absolute nonsense.
Mate, I can sell more tickets to a rugby game than half the fighters come to their fights.
Oh dear. Fuck me, it's warm in here.
What about you? How's your week been? We must discuss, and it will be posted up. I refuse to not allow this to be posted up.
What?
Your son's goal.
I've already posted it, yeah. People can see it on my Twitter or my Instagram or my Facebook.
He scored an absolute fucking banger.
Yeah.
A banger.
It's a bad one because it was the cup final. It's the same cup they won last year, and he scored a free kick in extra time last year to win it. Today he was really sick, but he couldn't play the full game, which is not like him. But he scored this banger of a free kick, man. And the ref went, no goal. And it just kicked off, mate. Like, the parents were going nuts. The other team were like, there was one geezer, literally one man screaming, oh, he's on the ref, like he's on the keeper ref. Like, you will watch the video, there's no foul. It was a disgrace. It was a proper disgrace, and I had to stop myself from biting the ref's throat out. Like, I had to really hold myself back.
If your boy played rugby, it'd be different because he could just tackle him harder.
He's too soft. Everyone who plays football is too soft for rugby. That's the truth. I couldn't act rugby.
There is a video, right, that's going around. I don't know when it was. It was Sony showed to me a little while ago, and they discussed the differences between rugby and football. And this guy goes on to say that in football, David Beckham shoulder barged someone. He said he fell over. There was mud on his shorts. His socks rolled down. It was horrific. Right? David Beckham got a red card and got sent off for it.
Oh, you're talking about the Argentina game?
The very next day, there was a rugby match. One of the players punched one of the players clean in the face and broke his nose. The other player punched him back in the face, and he broke his nose. So they both fucked each other up. In the newspaper the next day, David Beckham was like, "Oh, there was this big breakout, disgraceful tackle, blah blah blah." On the part in the rugby section, it said minor altercation. 2 geezers broken nose. No one got sent off.
Minor altercation.
The ref called him over and went, "Lads,
can I do that again?"
And then they walked off and carried on with the game. This is on a video somewhere on the internet.
Listen, football
football
today is broken. The truth is, football is.
It's not too tactical, but it's just trying to play.
No physical contact allowed. Like, you're not allowed to see a good challenge anymore.
I see a woman's football game the other day, and it was only a clip. And this bird, she got tackled hard.
Yeah.
She done a roll, jumped straight back to her feet, continued with the ball and scored.
Yeah.
Now, if half the players, I ain't a fucking football fan. I don't know why we're talking about football this much.
Well, you started it. We'll just carry on.
She jumped straight off the floor and continued to play and scored a goal out of it. I think if half the players didn't just take a hit straight away and fall over.
Yeah.
Do you think they're like journeymen of football?
No.
They're like the journeymen.
No. That's enough football for you today. Oh dear. But No, yeah. Have a look at that clip, that free kick my kid scored that was disallowed, and tell me if you can actually see a foul, because I can't. Let's talk about some boxing.
Robbed.
Well, should we talk about MTK? Because it was Ultimate Boxer was Friday night, so we'll talk about Ultimate Boxer
Ultimate
first.
Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior, as you call it.
Ultimate Fighter.
Ultimate Fighter, as Dan Frost calls it.
Prize Fighter, as the world knows it.
Yeah, just call it what the fuck you want. Ultimate Boxer is what it officially goes by.
Alright, 2 X's.
2 X's as well, yeah. They're edgy. You notice that? They're really edgy. They have 2 X's in their boxer.
Listen, I like this tournament. I'm all for it. I love it.
I think it's got positives and it's got negatives. I'm really sick of hearing 50 grand. I want to know who got what. And I saw that you did, Jeff.
Stop saying the lion's share of 50 grand.
Tell me what the man got.
The lion's share could mean, everyone in the audience gets a tenner until there's a score left and you've got 20 quid, so you've got the lion's share.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's bullshit. Tell us, break down what everyone gets. Because, was it Lee said, I think tickets are taken into account, and I don't know.
This is the thing.
It's bizarre.
Someone told me that you have to sell a certain amount of tickets.
To get on the bill.
Just say 5 grand's worth of tickets. Let's say that for argument's sake. 5 grand's worth of tickets is 125 tickets, I think, at 40 quid. Do the maths on your phone.
Nah, I trust you. That was your bag for a long time.
So everyone in the quarterfinals will get 2.5 grand. So that's a 50-50 deal. So if you go out in the quarterfinals, you've had a bit of a shitty deal. But what happens if you sell 200 tickets? Do you still only get 2.5 grand for the quarters? Because if I enter that competition, it would bring me to another note as well. If I was to enter that, I would have sold 300, 400, 500 tickets for that kind of thing. Someone that can sell tickets will sell a lot of tickets for a show like that. You telling me that no matter how many tickets I sell, I'm only going to get 2.5 grand for that start? I will purposely not sell more tickets then. I'll sell half my friends, just watch it at home. Yeah. Therefore, you're losing money for yourself. So there must be a further deal. It must be a minimum of 5 grand. 2.5 for you, 2.5 for the house. Or, maybe there's anything after that is 50-50 again. I don't know, but 50-50 is a shit deal.
Maybe that 50 grand is a different pot altogether than the show itself. Maybe. I don't know.
Someone's got to generate that 50 grand, and the thing is, if every
television,
if every fighter, their money would have come from that. But if every fighter of the 8 sold 5 grand's worth of tickets, that's still only 4 grand. 40 grand. 40 grand. So they're still 10 grand short.
Sponsors, television.
So, that's what I'm saying. They've had to have made it up in sponsors and television, and then they would have had to have. Fighters would have had to have sold more than that as well to help contribute.
Yeah, no,
you've got a lot of factors to pay for there. That's pretty why they're a hard show to fund. But
it was weird. It was the first one on BT, and they showed the quarterfinals, which when it was on Dave, or was it on Dave? Channel 5.
They should have owned the quarters. The quarters were well good.
Yeah, they were very good. Obviously, Taylor Jones got.
That was a good fight though. That was a nice, entertaining fight.
Got dropped the second round.
He got bashed.
You think he got bashed up?
Yeah, listen, I thought that's because I did think that tournament would suit Tay. In the amateurs, 3-round fight. Tay, Frawley is whatever people's opinion of what they think of his boxing. In the 3-round fight, he was good. He used to just steam train everyone, not much boxing ability about it, not much technique about it. Steam forward, use all his strength, all his energy, and just stay on people, and it used to work for him. He got a lot. He got fairly far in the amateurs doing that. I don't think he won a title. He didn't win any titles, but he progressed in championships doing that. Yeah. In the pro game, people were just taking their time. So I thought this tournament would suit him nicely. Clearly not in the first round. He come up against the eventual winner, but I actually think it might have been Tay's chin that let him down. Yeah. Yeah, he got caught with a clean shot. Maybe I don't know how hard the geezer hits, but don't know. Maybe if he had a bit of a better chin, but then Tay was getting a bit bullied, wasn't he?
I think tough fight for him. He got cut open quite early as well above his eye.
He got cut and then dropped.
Cut and then dropped.
Yeah. I honestly thought that tournament would suit Tay. I didn't think he'd win it, but I thought it would suit him.
You called Kieran Conway as the winner?
Yep, and I'll tell you why I don't think he won that. I like Kieran, and I speak to his dad sometimes.
We're going to have him on here at some point. We're talking to him.
I like Kieran. I think he got outmanned, and I think the difference in this tournament, the two at the end, was
Ozzie and Grant Dennis.
Yeah, and I think Ozzie's actually only 25, isn't he? He's only 25. Yeah. But a lot of the men were bullying the younger boys, the smaller fighters. Yeah. And I think that made a bit of a difference in there. I know Ozzie's 25, but he's got, like Kieran Conway.
He's young.
He's a young. He's about 22, 23, but he's a young 22, 23. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that kind of showed strength made a difference in this competition. Yeah. Kieran Conway's a better boxer than all the boys in there. Slick white, he's upright, he's got long hands, nice clean moves.
The question has to be.
I think he got outmanned.
The question has to be. Is it a mistake of MTK to put Kieran Conway in that competition?
No. No, he would have learnt a lot from it. Great exposure. I think, look, you managed to get... The thing is about boxing professionally, you have to sell a certain amount of tickets to get a fight. Now imagine they said, alright, you can sell the same amount of tickets for one fight and get 3 fights.
Yeah.
So you're getting three extra fights on your record. You know, you get...
Which I always also find weird. That it's down as a professional in a 3 round. You can't go, he's coming in, he's having a 3-rounder. Do you know what I mean? The board won't give someone a 3-rounder, so why is that a professional fight?
It's different. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it, it's just weird.
It's a professional fight. Or, I suppose...
Do you know what I mean, though?
The powers that be, mate. I don't know.
They sign off on tournaments.
Yeah.
They would never do 3, 4, or 4 rounds. I don't know. It's just, I find it weird that...
Mitch Pearson's done a 4-minute round before.
Oh, by accident, the clock went or something, didn't it?
Yeah, he's supposed to be doing 4-2s in championships, and the timekeeper didn't press the fucking timer, and then he started it about a minute and fucking 50 seconds into the round, so they're doing a 4-minute round in championships as well.
That's bad.
Terrible, isn't it?
Kieran Conway, you called as a winner. You think he'll learn?
He got outmanned. I just think he needs to... When I say outmanned, it's not always an age thing. People develop at different stages of their life.
Yeah.
Like remember, everyone was in school and they had a mate who was fucking 14 with a beard. Do you know what I mean? Some people just mature quick, and I think man strength made a difference. Mm-hmm. They're not necessarily punching power, but man strength.
Yeah. I didn't publicly say who I thought was going to win it.
Don't do this.
But I'm just going to ask you. I'm going to ask you between us. No one else is listening. I did say to you, who did I think could be a tough fight? No one else is listening.
Just between me and you,
just between me and you, off the record. What did I say to you?
I think you said Tay.
Are you lying again?
No, was it Khan?
No, it definitely weren't Khan Hors, bless him. It wasn't Khan Hors.
I tell you what, look, who was that other dude that got beat by Phillips?
Who beat Phillips?
He got beat by Phillips.
Got beat by Phillips. Hearn? No, not Joe Hearn. The other one, Groombridge.
Groombridge.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been in there.
No.
He just weren't the level of the other guys.
Do you think Khan Hors was?
A lot of the other guys, he did better than I thought he would.
Yeah.
I got to give him credit, he did better than I thought he would. I think that Groombridge was slightly lower level than all of them.
Yeah.
With all due respect to him. My missus' dad don't know a lot about boxing, but he got hit with a good shot and then sort of turned away, didn't he? And went
he
down.
did.
Now,
Shawn Phillips, the boy that beat him, was the one that Denzel was. It was Denzel Bentley's training partner. Yeah, that's right. And, he said he's
even my missus' dad was like, he shouldn't be in the competition. Don't feel sorry for him. Shouldn't be in there. He's not as good as the others. He shouldn't be in there. Why would you enter yourself into a fighting competition tournament and then get scared when you get hit? Which is what he was. He got hit and he was like, I get that you're brave to get in the ring. I get all that, but come on, you're a professional boxer. That excuse goes out the window when you turn pro. Like to say, oh, he was brave for getting in there. No, you're a professional fighter. You know what you're getting into. You just can't feel sorry. I felt sorry for him because I thought, oh, poor cunt. Like fucking hell, he weren't ready for that. He maybe thought he was ready, but he clearly weren't. My missus' dad and that were like, nah, fuck him. You can't enter a competition like that. And then feel sorry for yourself. There's the flip
side. The boys selling tickets. Like you're selling tickets to people. I'm going to be in this competition, and you're clearly not at that level. But then, is that his fault or is that the people that booked him? Like. It's like imagine I went. I can make middleweight.
Someone's gone. You're good enough. You're good enough, and he's gone. Do you reckon?
Who picked him? Who are the people?
My point is, all the others were pretty fairly matched. Like there or thereabouts. You know what I mean? Khan was never going to beat Kieran, but he wasn't as far off as like that guy that got beat by Groomfield would have. Groombridge. I don't think he would have beat any of them.
Yeah.
Maybe he should box Khan Hors. I think them two. I mean, I think Khan will beat him.
Yeah.
Better boxer. Busy. But then I think Tay would beat both of them.
Do you think Tay would have beat Ozzie over a 10-round fight?
Tay
got knocked out by Ozzie. He got knocked out the tournament by Ozzie after getting dropped and cut. But if there was 7 more rounds for him to fucking work,
Ozzy's too calm for Tay. Tay's made for Ozzie. I don't think Ozzie obviously beat him. Everyone say he's better because he beat him. But it's the styles that makes him beat Tay, and I think he'll beat Tay 8 times out of 10.
Because let's be honest, Kieran Conway would probably beat most of them boys in that competition over 8 rounds.
Yes.
8 or 10 rounds, he'd box them and win on points. In 3 rounds, you can't afford to fucking take, which is the problem.
You can't work your way into it.
Exactly, which it's the tournament. They knew the crack when they signed up for it.
But Kieran went into that tournament off the back of having a great amateur career, which is a 3-round fight.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Not many of them boys in there would have had the career that Kieran had as an amateur. He had one of the better careers, I think.
Yeah.
So,
listen, Ozzie was. I didn't know that much about him. I'd seen a few bits of him and a few people talking about him. And when I looked through it, he
was a replacement for
Nah, he was already in it as Ozzie.
Was he?
The replacement for Brad was either Hearn or Groombridge. Or Phillips. It might have been Phillips. It was one of those three. But Brad financially decided having a fight in his home in Devon and then the Southern area bout in 2 weeks was much better for him than taking the shot at the Ultimate Fighter boxer.
Do you think Brad would have won it if he was in it?
It's easy to say that because I love Brad, and it's easy to say that because his style is like high energy, action. But Asaze played it really, really well.
So calm.
Yeah.
It's weird. He played it for the full 9 rounds.
Yeah.
So he was prepared to the same pace for 9 rounds, but doing just enough to win.
Yeah.
But the not lucky punch. That's not fair to say, but the key shots that he landed helped. So he was just staying calm. He landed a key shot that nicks him a lot of valuable points on the way to the final. Yeah. So he hasn't had to waste too much energy, and he got a stoppage as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
He dropped Tay, which put him up. So when you drop Tay, you think I can be calm now. So it doesn't matter about the rounds too much. Just be calm. I've dropped him in a 3-round fight.
He beat Tay. He beat Kieran Conway.
Yeah.
And then he beat Grant Dennis.
Yeah.
They were arguably.
He didn't drop Kieran though, did he?
He didn't drop him, no. But they were the three.
The hardest route.
Yeah, that's the hardest route, and he came through it. So you can't say anything than fair fucked, man. Like, did the job. He's a certain amount of money richer. We don't know how much.
On paper, he had the hardest route, but in reality, Grant had the hardest route.
Grant was fucked by the time.
I full respect to him because fuck me, he had a hard fight in the second fight.
What was his second fight?
He dropped his opponent in the first fight. He got dropped in the second fight. Then dropped his opponent. Then got dropped himself. It was against Phillips, wasn't it? He beat Phillips.
Yeah.
He had an absolute fucking barnstormer against Phillips, which I'd like to see. I'd like to see again
over 8
rounds. And then he had to go, and I thought, oh, fucking poor cunt, fucking going at that. And I didn't know.
He did look fucked.
I didn't know if he'd get through to the finals, and I actually thought he won the first 2 rounds. I'll be honest with you. I thought going into that, I had it scored as a draw, because I gave Dennis the 2 rounds. And Asaze obviously 2 points for the last round for the knockdown, but I gave Dennis the first 2 rounds, so it would have been a draw in my eyes.
So yeah.
In which case, I don't know, they do some count back.
A 4th judge or something, I think.
Maybe a 4th judge, or they do a count back to shots like percentage and whatever they would have had something in place.
Yeah.
But I had it a draw for that, and I thought, do you know what? Fair play to him, because going into that final, I thought, poor cunt. And no disrespect, but the guys doing interviews after, this cunt's got the shortest breath. He's just had a fucking war, and you're like, hold on, wait a minute, can you have an interview?
Yeah.
He did the right thing by saying, look, I've got to go back, I need to fucking chill out. He did the right thing.
Who did that?
As soon as he got out of the ring from that war.
Grant did, or Asaze?
No, Grant. As soon as he got out.
So I was behind because I had the matchroom built on, and you were sending me shit, and I was just turning my phone over because I didn't want to see it. I watched that, but I only watched the fights. Yeah. I didn't watch. And especially after I saw that MC, I was like, I can't watch this cunt. Fucking hell.
And but the thing is, the commentators were doing it as well. The commentators were calling him Grant Phillips.
Who was commentating?
I don't know who they were calling Grant Phillips, because one's called
Grant Dennis, one's called Shawn Phillips.
So I don't know. Grant Phillips is what they were calling him. The MCA announced.
Alright, let's talk about this MC, because it's a question. We'll talk about the question later. But have you ever seen a scorecard read out backwards? The winner by 27 points to 29. I was like, what?
Do you know what else
he kept saying? Well? It was bizarre, man.
In the final, when the results were done, he announced the score. But obviously, people that watch boxing can work the score as they go. You don't have to be good at maths.
Yeah.
You just know, because you know that works out that because of the. And he read out the scores and then paused as if no one knew the answer, and then went, "The winner!" Yeah. I was like, mate, you said the scores.
Yeah.
When the scores are like that in a fight like that, you don't even say the scores. You just go, and the winner.
Yeah.
Might build the suspense and then say, but he went. And the scores of whatever he fucking said, it was like, well, I know it was 1 now. So
he went 27-29, 28-29 or something. It's like, why are you doing the lower one first? I was really confused.
You now know who won.
Yeah. Oh, mate, really bizarre MC. And it brings a wider conversation.
His name is Grant Dennis, representing Nottingham, with 12 fights and 1 win.
Yeah, but didn't he...
Disgraceful, mate. The worst...
Didn't he intro him the wrong fighter first?
Yeah, he did that as well. Yeah, he did that as well. The worst thing that annoys me about this is that anyone that's done MCing, probably, commentary, all this kind of stuff, on a normal show, you'll have 10, 12 bouts. So you've got to remember 20, 24... You know, around 20 fighters.
Why have you got to remember? You've got a card in front of you. They've all got a card. They fucking read
The MCs have cards, but in your commentary you can't have everything.
No, commentary,
you can't. But my point is, for both jobs, on a normal show, you've got about 24 fighters to remember names, record. Yes, you don't have to remember them, but it's best to know them. When you're commentating, even then, you don't you know some of it, you don't know all of it. You have prompts. You're not. That's it. On a normal show, you've got 24 fighters' information. Remember, names, records, some of their ages, you know, where they're from, what they've done. That's 5 bits of information there on 24 fighters. This show has 8 fighters, just recycled all night long. Yeah. You've only got to remember 8 fighters and just recycled information all night long. Yeah. Spread it out. In a 12-round fight, I've got 12 rounds worth of information to fill gaps. So I've got you and Craig Scott fighting, yeah? We're beating the shit out of him for snaking. Yeah. And I've only got to remember information on you two, so I'll save information over the 12 rounds. When there's only 8 fighters...
Yeah, it shouldn't be difficult.
It shouldn't be difficult. There's only 8 fighters, and you're spreading all the information out across 9 fights, as if it was a 12-round fight, just spreading it out.
Yeah.
Like, you did... That was a poor effort.
I think there's a wider conversation, because if you remember, maybe 3 podcasts ago, I won't say slagged off. I was critical of the MCs on Steve Goodwin's show, and you know, I spoken to him about it.
Did you hear that?
What was that?
In the blue corner.
Oh, someone said he did it.
In the blue corner. Whoever. Put. And in the red corner. Brah.
But my question is, right?
He's having a go.
Why is it so hard to find decent MCs in this country? I'll be honest.
There are a few good MCs.
Okay. I know one that I quite enjoy, and that's the Scottish fella Craig Stephen, the small little guy, sort of balding. I think he's very good.
Yeah.
There's so many get it wrong, and the small hall. We're going to touch about the MTK card, right? Their MC they've been using, right? He's a Paddy geezer, isn't it? Have you heard him? The Irish geezer that does their MCing.
Yeah, I think he's on.
So he's Irish.
Okay.
Yeah, but what does he do, Rich? He does an American accent. But he's a Paddy, right? So he's there. Coming to the corner. He comes from Basildon, Essex. I can see he's after making his way to the ring. He's 3-1. Bruv, you're going between Irish and American, bruv. Stop it right now.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
Ricky White's good, though.
The Welsh guy.
Yeah.
He's alright. He did the Alcesta show. I commented on it.
He's not making mistakes.
Yeah,
for a start. Listen, there'll be levels. For starters, are you making mistakes? Yes, you're not very good. Mm-hmm. Right, you get past that bit, then you're not making any mistakes.
There'll be people make mistakes. I don't mind mistakes.
Then it's about who sounds the best, and then it's you've got to not make mistakes and be good at what you do. So Ricky doesn't really make mistakes.
Honestly, I'm not looking for a lot from these people. Tell me the geezer that's getting in the ring.
Who's in what?
Tell me his record and tell me the geezer he's fighting. That's all I want from you. And I tell you what, when the fight ends, tell me in the correct manner who won. Because I dug out. Remember the K Prosper Sam Amazing fight when it was scored as a draw winner to that one, and all over the place. Like, just please do your research. Please, if this is your job, then be better. Like, you want the fighters to be better. I want them to be better. The commentary, I want them to be better. Like, you're selling me a product, and even if you're not selling it, even if I'm...
The commentary weren't... oh, no,
I didn't see the commentary, really. I didn't really listen to it.
They were bad. It was just, like, they were filling gaps. Like, as a commentator, I feel like they need to fill gaps sometimes, you know. Yeah. They were right at that. Like, I'm not a fan of the MTK ones. There's too many pauses in their work. Sometimes there's a 25-second gap between gaps, but they know their stuff. Mm-hmm. These guys knew less information on this platform, but they were filling all the gaps, so they were keeping busy. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't big breaks in their conversation. They were staying with it, but they just did a lot of fuck ups.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm asking a lot, man. I don't feel it should.
Do you think it's because
I don't want fake accents?
Because there's more boxing on TV now. They're having to stretch and find new people. And
well, you have to be.
They're just willing to accept.
You have to be a board licensed MC. Like, the board have to license you.
Oh, do they?
Which I find strange. I don't get it. I don't know many MCs that really are doing it for me. That one on Ultimate Boxer was dreadful. He was a younger dude. Bless him, maybe he tried, but he was all over the place. Doing gang fucking noises, back and all that as he was in. I had to go back for that because someone put it on Twitter. did that man just do a lightsaber noise when he introduced the fighter? The MTK one. You're an Irish dude, bruv. Why are you putting on an American accent? Be Irish, man. So, you know, it's difficult. Apparently, I've never tried it. I've been offered to, but I think there's probably an art to it. It's probably not as easy as I'm making out. I get that, but if that is your job,
you've got a voice for it. But all we're asking, you've got the voice. You're blessed with the voice. Well done. That's great. Now all you've really got to do is not fuck up the information.
Yeah.
Now, I get that sometimes that I can forgive the introducing the wrong fighter thing, because someone might say to him, right, he's up next. You know, he'll have an order on the card, and if they change the order without telling him...
Yeah, the whip might change it, yeah.
Yeah, it's easy. They should have made him aware of that. But shouldn't it not be his responsibility to
check,
just to double check? Right, who's on next? Who's on next? Yeah. Who's coming out next?
Yeah, it was bad.
I've said someone's nickname wrong once.
You did?
Yeah.
Who was that? Disrespectful? Was it bad?
No, his name was the public nuisance.
Who was that?
Is an Irish kid? Is it Carlan Gully?
Don't know. What did you call him?
Can't remember now.
But it wasn't a public nuisance.
It might have been something similar. I thought I got it right at the time, but Lee reminded me. He was like, "That's not his nickname." I was like, "I think they can hear you." Yeah. Because he said it right in my ear. I was like, "I think they can hear you." But I don't think anyone noticed it.
Let's talk very quickly about MTK. I have an apology for Lee Eaton and for Lewis Smith. It's the first time I've ever put my name down and not attended. 3:30 I texted.
Was that the show you said you couldn't bother to go to?
No, it's not. Fuck off. That's not what happened. And I find it really rude. I've seen people do it before where they're like, I'm like, you're going to the show? They go, I've got media, but don't know if I'm going to bother.
What did you ask?
I think that's rude, personally. And I did that last night. Like, I set my alarm. I had a fucking horrible migraine. I asked Lee what time the first bell was. He texted me straight away and was like, it's 5:30. I was like, sweet mate, I'll be there. Thought I'd have a little hour nap, take fucking tramadol or diclofenac or one of them mad. I hope that's a painkiller, not some like sex drug or something. I don't know. I picked something up out the drawer, took 2 of them. I thought I'd have an hour nap. I woke up and it was gone 7.
I think to make up for it, you should say something really good and positive about Lee or Lee shows.
Something really positive about Lee.
Two things.
Lee has a lovely smile.
That's not acceptable. I'm not accepting that one.
Lee is. I've said about MTK before. I think they're growing. I think they're moving in the correct direction. I think he takes advice on board. I think he is a modern day promoter. I don't think he's an outdated fucking dinosaur that thinks they know best.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing I can say about Lee is I know he tries to make tough fights. Like he tries to make 50-50s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I said. And I think Lee's a good man. But I didn't mean to do that yesterday.
Was that third one a bonus?
Yeah, and he's got nice eyes. But no, honestly, I just think it's rude. If I was a promoter and someone said, and I go, yeah, I'll put you down.
Next
and don't
time
turn
you'd be
up.
like, no, you didn't come up.
Yeah, and they'd be well within their rights. It's pure ignorant, but it was very unintentional. And especially as I told Lewis, I'll be there. Lou Smith, I said, mate, of course I'm coming, mate. You've been out the ring for well over a year. Of course I'm coming.
I wanted to go last night. My mates were giving me shit. Carl, we're all going. I couldn't. I had to go to my sisters, and my wife's giving me shit. Yeah. Your sister will be so disappointed if you don't come. I'm like, But
well, you was awake and didn't go, so I don't feel so bad. At least I was asleep and not able to go.
No, but I told everyone from the start, so I won't be able to make it.
But first thing I did when I woke up, I checked the time. I was like, fuck, I've missed it. But I need to go back on the IFL and watch Lou Smith's fight, which is first.
Mate, he boxed well.
He boxed really well.
It's the best I've ever seen him box.
Yeah.
He looked fast. His shots look solid, as solid as they can be for 63 kilos, whatever it is.
He's a skinny fucker anyway. Yeah, there's nothing off the boy.
He's trim as fuck.
He put his pictures. You see his
pictures?
pictures?
He makes it easy as well.
His 4 month before and after pictures, like he was skinny 4 months ago. You know what I mean? It's like, is it Lerrone here? Oh no, I thought Lerrone was here. What are you looking at then?
What are you bogging at? I'm sorry, bro.
I thought Lerrone was here. We still got a little while till he's here.
You're giving it to your son right next to you.
That's alright. Fuck him. Yeah, no, I thought Lou boxed tremendous. I thought in the first round he was throwing this punch. It was like an upper right, wasn't it? Did you see?
Yeah, he's throwing a jab. And the funny thing is, I messaged him after I watched him. I said, "Oh, well done, mate. You look good tonight." And he did well with them counter uppercuts.
Yeah,
and he was.
They were
slip
nice,
the jab,
man.
throw the right uppercut, or slip inside, and then as he slipped, he's forcing the right into the stomach. And he landed some good ones. And he did say to me, "So I landed a nice one the first, Rich," and it.
You heard it.
He said I could see the reaction on him, and then I just struggled to land it cleanly after. Because he knew.
I thought he boxed nice. I thought for the time that he's had out, and he's had everyone knows. Well, I don't know if everyone knows, but Lewis is one of the most genuine blokes. Like he's just a lovely person. Why are you laughing?
I've seen things of Lou.
Oh yeah, I've seen pictures, but
people won't even know.
No, but obviously, I spent a few weeks.
He does
in the
a
gym
great helicopter impression. He does a great.
I don't want to know about his helicopters.
He does a great Aunt Nettie.
I don't want to know about any of that. I'm talking about the boxer and the person.
Stuff.
I don't
He's
know about.
Fun guy.
I don't know about the stuff that goes on behind closed doors.
Oh, there was no closed doors when he was doing this stuff.
Anyway, all I say is he's a good bloke. He's been through a lot emotionally, but it's good to see him back. Some people have suggested he looked that good because he spent a couple of weeks in the gym with me. I'm not gonna say whether that's true or not. But
is it coincidence or
this is it? So either way
to know, is there?
No, this is it. So he's always learning when he's got he's learning off the good boys in the gym like myself and ID. Al Wilkie probably does a little bit.
I must have been well holding him back. He's got well better.
He's got much better since you left. No, but I'm buzzing for him to get back on there.
I'm going to get my wife to pick me up about 10 past.
10 past?
3.
3, so just after the round comes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well done. Yeah. Well done, Lou. You look good. Very happy to see you back in there, my friend, and got a lot of love for you, mate.
How many questions did he send in today? Loads.
He said he was going to. He's such a prick, isn't he? There's at least 11 of them. Most of them are full of rogues, so don't mind, don't worry.
I love Lou. He's cool as fuck. He's cool.
Alright, what did you want to talk about? You sent me some topics this week, which was mental. I
could have just told you I was here when I sent them.
You were. Go on.
But I asked you for pen and paper, and it was like, Rich, you're a caveman. Just write them down.
Yeah. Rattle off your first topic.
Oh yeah, what does everyone think? I'm saying this like as if I'm talking to a group of people in front of me. Yeah. All the live audience.
We'll do this on our live show. No one will turn up to.
What do you think of Carl Froch's talking about his comeback?
He spent a lot of money on that nose to then fucking get punched in it again. You know what I mean? How weird that he would want a rematch with Groves. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Groves retired him. He should stay there.
Do you think they've just been? Having a conversation and thought, you know what? Fuck it.
I don't think George will do it.
I don't think Carl Froch cares if he comes back to fight at this point.
No.
He
wouldn't come back and fight.
He seems the kind of guy that sits at home, watches boxing, and goes, "I'd beat them."
Yeah.
I'd beat them. I think I'll beat them now. And someone's gone to him. One of his mates have gone, "Give it a rest." And he's gone, "I'd beat him now." And they've gone, "Go on." And he's gone, "All right, I will."
Yeah.
All right, I will. He looks like you could easily sucker him into doing dumb shit. Because he's got too much ego.
Yeah.
His ego.
Do you remember a couple of years ago there was talk of him and Golovkin? Golovkin's 36, 37 now,
Do you
faded.
not remember the response that Carl Froch said the first time he was asked about that? What would be your tactic against Golovkin?
I'll bring a sledgehammer or something. He said...
Dodge him like the plague, I think was what he said.
Oh, it was Martin Murray that said I'd bring a sledgehammer and then boxed him in Monaco. Yeah, that's right.
It was Carl Froch who said I'll just avoid him like the plague.
Yeah. But if the money's there and he can sell out the City ground and
the crazy thing is, I wouldn't expect Carl Froch to turn that kind of fight down.
But why would you want it 5 years after retiring? Like, what? Realistically, you're never going to be as sharp as you were. You achieved everything. Two-time world champion. 2-time? Yeah, because he lost to Kessler and won it back, right? Oh no, lost the Ward. I don't know. 2 or 3-time, whatever. He achieved a lot. He's probably go down as one of the best super middles that Britain has produced, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
No matter what a wanker he is. But I just don't think... Why would you want to taint your legacy by coming back for one more fight? What happened when Ricky Hatton did it? Didn't end well. What happened when David Hay did it?
Yeah, but the difference between Ricky Hatton and David Hay. David Hay went away with fuckloads of injuries and come back off of that. Ricky Hatton went away after being a drunk and getting on it all the time. Mm-hmm. Carl Froch looks like he's kept himself in there.
Yeah,
he's got no mates. He's got no mates to go out and get drunk with anyway.
He's got his brothers. I just don't get. As the fighter, Carl Froch, if you're looking on the outside in, you'd just say why. You don't need to. But he's embarrassing. Whereas I'd love to see him come back and get scored again. Yeah. Like a Ward come back and go, all right, let's just do it again for no reason. But realistically, that ain't going to happen.
Fan, I'll be like, oh, fuck it, let him fight. He'll fight, so it'll always be messy, it'll always be entertaining. But for his own legacy, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
But for his bank balance?
For his bank balance, just fight until you physically cannot fight anymore.
Which is what happened to one of my heroes last night in MMA. Broke my heart.
Who?
Anderson Silva, this guy.
Yeah, I know he is.
I flew to Vegas to see this guy. He broke his leg last night, 44 years old. Guy kicked him in the knee and his knee just popped out. What a horrible defeat.
Michael Venom Page.
Got knocked out.
Fuck out!
Douglas Lima. Woo! Yeah, that's boxing related, isn't it? He's a boxer. He's a 2-0 pro boxer, Michael Venom Page.
Yeah. He's a knob as well.
He is a knob, yeah.
He might be alright, but I don't like the way he does it. He conducts himself in the ring, thinks he's the fucking Don Juan.
He got knocked the fuck out. An uppercut while he was on his knee. So this is why
Tiger uppercut.
People who don't like MMA, who just boxers go, he was on his knee when he got uppercutted. It was beautiful.
That was a nice shot. Set it up. Took his legs away, and he fell into the uppercut, didn't he?
Beautiful. And then just a little hammer fist. And then a little hammer fist just to end it. So maybe we'll see Michael Venom Page back in York Hall soon. You never know. On a David Hay undercard. I don't even think there's any more Haymaker ring star shows, are there? I ain't got no fighters. Anyway, Carl Froch, come back? Probably not.
Can I sent it to you so I won't forget it.
You sent what to me?
Billy Joe Saunders fighting again, right?
He's fighting next Saturday in Stevenage.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. Have you seen what you just read? What you've just sent me?
Yeah, I know. The spelling got spell checked, and
it says, "What about Billy Joe versus GGG or Camelot?" Is he going to take on fucking? Is it King Arthur or some shit?
My point is, do you think that he's going to beat? Like, they're stars, they're superstars, they're superstar level.
Canelo and Golovkin.
Yeah. Do you think Saunders is?
No, not today. Billy Joe Saunders doesn't sit here a superstar. Absolutely not.
Do you know what I mean? Like Ricky Hatton was the one I watched growing up.
He's had no legacy fights.
Ricky Hatton was the one me growing up watching in my sort of era. He was the one at the time. Even him, he was a world champion. He was a star, but he's not a superstar. He's not a Floyd Mayweather or a Manny Pacquiao or a Barrera, if you like. To me, he's not a Hopkins.
See, Ricky Hatton.
He's not a Hopkins. Do you know what I mean? These are superstar legends, if you like.
Yeah.
And you can say the same about whatever fuck everyone thinks. Golovkin will always be known because he was such a puncher, so devastating for so long.
Yeah.
Canelo definitely is going to be.
100%.
He's a superstar.
100%. Yeah, he's a superstar.
Do you think that Saunders is that?
No, absolutely not.
I
think the problem is
I do not think he's got. I do not think he beats Canelo.
Okay,
a lot of people think he does.
The question is, does he have the boxing ability to be a superstar?
He has a boxing ability to be the best in the world.
Does he have the likability, the fact that the personality to warm to all our hearts and be our guy that we?
Not a big fan of him, are they?
No, and that's going to hold him back. He's not
a puncher.
He's not a puncher, but then sometimes his skills negate the fact he's not a puncher.
Doesn't matter, does it? Yeah.
When you watch that Lemieux fight, you can watch that. That was a thing of beauty.
This is my point. This is my point. Like, great victory for Billy Joe Saunders. Fucking boxed sensationally. Lemieux is no Golovkin.
No.
Lemieux is no.
He can bang.
Listen.
He's not Canelo or Golovkin. I get that.
I've made this point before, where they bring out some cunt from somewhere in the world. They found someone with a similar record to Golovkin, so they could build Golovkin up. They found this guy who's boxed his cousin in his back garden with a similar record to Golovkin, but he was never ever that good. I don't care what anyone says. I had this argument with a guy, a local butcher, into boxing. He was a coach and everything for Vange and Pitsy. Paul. I like Paul. He's a nice guy. You might even listen to it. I've watched all of Lemieux's career. No, you haven't. You're talking bollocks. No one at this side of the world had heard of fucking Lemieux until he got in a ring with Golovkin. No one. Don't care what you say. No one. And then the second person you see him fight.
Maybe you're just not hardcore enough.
Trust me. They're all at it. They're all like it. Someone like fucking Craig Scott would go and learn anything they can about him on the internet and then claim that he knew him for the last 5 years.
Fuck Craig Scott.
You know what the media's like these days. They're all cunts.
Shout out Rob Tebber.
Shout out everyone. Don't beat me up.
Yeah, you can't fight.
But you know what I mean, though. Like, Lemieux was never really that good anyway. I don't care what people say. He's all right, but he is not world level like Golovkin and that. Don't care what his record
That's world level. See, there's a difference. We've spoke about this before. There's a difference between world level.
How many fights did Lemieux have when he boxed Golovkin?
I don't know.
Was it early 20s? Was it?
Maybe. I don't know. I can't sit here and make.
Would you put Denzel Bentley in with Golovkin?
No.
Well, he's got a 90% or 80% knockout rate. He's the new Golovkin. No, trust me, he's the new Golovkin.
No,
trust me, he's knocked him out. All in the first and second round.
Yeah,
no, trust me. Trust me. We'll take him to America, we'll hang him around stadiums, people will get to know him, we'll put him with Golovkin. That's what happens with people like Lemieux. And not only Lemieux, they do it with the heavyweights that box fucking Annie Joshua, and then now they feed him off to their other boys because they know he's not as good as Joshua.
Are you saying, that to be world level you have to be a superstar?
No, I'm not.
Because Golovkin and Canelo are like superstar levels, right?
No, what am I?
But the guys just below them can be world level without being superstar.
The reason why this is coming up is because people are talking about Saunders fighting these two.
I want to see it.
And people say that. I think he's got a better chance against Golovkin because he's less mobile than Canelo.
I would 100% agree.
The one that he's going to beat would be Golovkin, and I think it would be better for him to have that fight. I don't think he beats Canelo. It's just not. It's a levels thing. Not that I don't think Billy Joe Saunders is slick, but
he has really, really, really suffered from not being active.
I think you're right, and it may just be when he's had a legacy fight.
Well, he ain't had one, has he?
No.
Billy Joe ain't got a legacy fight. Like, he's about to fight, and I've forgotten the guy's name already. Set another way, Ishra, whatever, whoever. I don't care. And the truth is, he should never be fighting these fights after what he did to Lemieux 18 months ago. These fights should have been way past him. The stupid little Scottish leisure centre fights that he was having.
I'm not against that one. I think he did that more for that.
No, but do you know that shouldn't be? No, not that one. I'm talking about when he won, defended his world title in Paisley Lagoon, something 18 months ago. Worst performance of his career. Mm-hmm. But he shouldn't be having fights against.
But is that his fault or his team's fault?
No, this is his fault. And I'm telling you, the reason I believe it's his fault. He's now left Ingle and he's back with Ben Davison. He's jumping back and forward. He never seems settled. He never is camp fight. Do you know what I mean? There's always something with Billy Joe. It's in-ring bullshit. Oh, sorry, out-ring bullshit. It's board shit, or it's always seems to be something.
Yeah, I know that's just his life, though. That's how he likes to live.
That's fine, but you ain't going to be a superstar.
Absolutely fine, yeah, but it's going to make it.
You ain't going to be one of the most skilled boxers this country has produced. Like,
he is.
I wish Lerrone was here now, because Billy Joe and him are good mates, and Billy Joe was the one who went public about what Lerrone done to Eubank. If you remember, do you remember that?
Yeah.
He was like, Eubank ain't got shit. Lerrone schooled the fuck out of him to the point that he's like stormed out and was like, get back in here or some shit.
Yeah.
So I wish he was here to discuss Billy Joe more, because I believe they're friends. I'm not. The boxer Billy Joe Saunders, I think, is one of the best Britain has produced.
Skillfully.
Skillfully. In my, I don't know, like say last 5 or 10 years of me watching, like studying boxing to that level. But as a person, from what I've seen of him, I don't know him as a man.
Did you know Lemieux 10 years ago?
Yeah, me and we go way back.
He was boxing 10 years ago.
We go way back.
I'm just saying that.
Me and Lemieux go way back. Okay. I don't think Lemieux's on that level either, by the way. Like, I know.
The only reason I say is because a lot of people put that as his.
I do. That's his standout fight. I do.
As his standout fight. Like, but
what else is there? The Eubank one, which was fucking 5-6 years ago.
I'm with everyone on that. He's better than what he got. What he did with Lemieux, he made mincemeat out of Lemieux. He could do that to a better fighter than Lemieux.
Yes,
he can. But that's what we want. I want to see that. I want to see that. I know you can do that. I want to see that. But maybe me saying people talk about in boxing Canelo and Golovkin. Maybe people say me saying that I don't think he'll beat Canelo is off the back of I haven't seen him box at that level yet.
Yeah.
Maybe then I'll change my opinion.
Yeah.
It's only my opinion.
It's hard to know.
I'm not saying he might go and fucking school Canelo.
I would love it. I'd love it.
He might school Canelo, I don't know, but...
It's hard to know. The problem is he hasn't had a standout fight.
Yeah.
Like a real name fight. What else you got? Yard and... We spoke about this before. Yard and Kovalev looks like it's happening in June. I hope Yard can do it.
It'd be nice to see Yard in a real hard test. So I think it'll be I think it'll get people off his back if he wins it as well. He'll get people off his back. He gets a lot of shit, doesn't he?
I think he looks like a genius if he wins this fight. If he becomes world champion, having had his last fight in Brentwood, I mean, fuck me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brentwood it's going to be in Russia by the looks of it. But we just don't know what kind of chin he has. We don't know what he's like when he's put under pressure. He might just be the real deal. We don't know yet, and that's the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got a hard, tough test in front of him, but I think it's a fight that people, not a fight people have wanted to see, but the kind of test they've wanted to see for him.
We're desperate for him to have a test.
Yeah, so the thing is, it's very hard when you keep knocking people out like that. I say that as if I've ever done it. When that happens, it's really hard to tell their level, because it's easy to say, oh, the people he's boxing shit. But there are other people that we said were really good that have gone the distance with people that he's knocked out. Just when they've got the rounds in, so call it what you want, but even if he's accidentally knocking people out, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know this tune? Hey! You get your own intro, bro. Lerrone Richards, the champ, has arrived. He's only 4 hours late, I think. 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. Yes, Lerrone is in the building. How are you?
Yeah, I feel good, man.
Good.
Good to be here.
Long drive. I know you had a long drive.
Long drive, man.
But thank you for coming, my man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime, man.
And you brought the straps.
Yeah.
You brought the straps, so the kids have got a nice photo now.
Yeah.
To show off to their pals. So
yeah.
They're living, man. But yeah, how's the adjustment been to the big fight? It's the biggest fight of your career.
It was.
That you've been in need of, in wanting it, and you won it very, very convincingly.
Yeah.
How's the adjustment been to being the champ?
Do you know? I've just kind of felt the same. If anything, I'm more hungry than what I was before.
Yeah.
Because I've had the taste of it now, and because I wanted like all these big fights for such a long time, I got one, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love the sort of build up to it.
So you're greedy now. Is that what you're saying? You're greedy. You want them all.
Well, you know, I'm content, but I'm satisfied. I'm content, but I'm not satisfied. I'm grateful, but I'm not satisfied.
Yeah.
I should say.
The last podcast we did was the day after, rather. And I had a fucking brain fart. I forgot about the British title being with Zach Parker, which is bizarre because I've been talking about the robbery of Darryl Williams for a long time, which I think it was.
Yep, I thought Darryl won the fight, yeah.
Darryl, an ex-gym mate of yours.
Yeah.
So you've now been mandated for the British, isn't it?
Yes, I'm mandatory for the British title, so that's the next step.
Is that definitely going to happen? Have there been conversations already?
Well, no conversations as of yet. I know it goes to purse bids on, I think it's the 12th of June. And then the fight should happen, say, September time. So,
what do you know about Zach Parker? He's built up a good record, but he hasn't had that many big names. Like, he's not like he's had a fight where people go, "Oh, I know Zach Parker from that victory or something." I'd say the Darryl Williams victory is probably the most standout, and that's not in a good way.
Yeah, I feel like he beat former Commonwealth champion. I think it was Luke Blackledge. Stopped him. I think that's when he sort of come on the map. and people started to know about him. But I haven't really looked into him as of really. I knew him before, he was around the amateur circuit for a little while. But no, I haven't really looked into that Parker.
He's with Sowlands, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
So it's possible that the purse bid is won by them, and you might be on I don't know, maybe a World Boxing Super Series or something. Is that?
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Any of them? Does it make a difference to you being on your home show or away show?
Nah, it doesn't make a difference. A ring's a ring at the end of the day.
A ring.
Like I always say, it's all about the skills, and I'll definitely bring that to the table on the night. Yeah.
When you watch that back, have you watched back the Langford fight?
I've watched it back once. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I watched it back once. Yeah.
Have you obviously the positives, but have you looked at anything and gone, I didn't do that well, or there's a lot to improve on, or what? When you watch a fight like that where you were very clearly the winner, very dominant performance, but you like you're saying, you want to improve and stuff.
Yeah, when I looked at it and I was like, I could have done this, I could have done that, but I think people forget that I was out for 13 months, and I didn't take no warm-up fight. I went straight into the deep end with Tommy Langford, who is domestically recognised and
world title challenger,
and I've done a good job on him. I do feel like if I had a warm-up fight, I might have got Tommy out of there. But the fight went the way it went, and I feel like I could put on a decent performance.
Has there been, in the gym, the boy, like, you watched it back with... Did you watch it back on your own, or did you watch it back with Al? Or
I watched it back with my dad.
Oh, your dad, yeah?
With my dad.
How's your dad feeling, man? I bet he's fucking buzzing.
He's happy, really happy. Obviously, he knows that there's a lot to work on, to improve on, but he's really pleased.
Okay, cool. The main thing, I think, is that... I said I think it's been 18 months or so that I've been caught, but it can't be. 13 months ago was your last fight. So you've got to be talking about fucking 2.5 years, 3 years since I first started saying
it's a long time.
It's a long time, isn't it?
I think, did I win the WBO Europe before coming or after?
Before.
It was before?
Because it was just before.
It was just before, and we was talking about opponents.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's it, because I went to fight Jermaine Smile.
That was it, Jermaine Smile.
Since then I've been chasing
it's a long
the big
time,
fights.
man. You've been looking for them fights. And
yeah.
What do you put that down to? Because 13 months out of the ring is not good. Like, it's some people, have benefited from big breaks. Mikey Garcia had a long time out and stuff, but I'm guessing you didn't want time out like that. What would they put it down to?
Well, initially at the beginning it was just struggles. Like, couldn't get me fights. I had that sort of situation. It was on social media with Vijender Singh.
Yeah, that was mad. That situation.
I think he was going to fight Lee
Markham.
Lee Markham for the Commonwealth title, and I was like, I got offered them fights.
Yeah.
And them guys didn't want to fight me, and then they get to fight each other for the Commonwealth, so it got me frustrated. I was annoyed at that. And then obviously they'll ask me about Darryl Williams, Lennox Clark. None of them fights came through, so I was just sitting there on like the shelf. And then I picked up a little injury, which is all sorted out now, and then they got offered me this fight, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it both.
Jumped at it.
Yeah.
It's been overdue, man. Like, it's been overdue, that fight. When was it Billy Joe Saunders stood up? Do you remember was it the BT?
Years ago. BT launch. Yeah.
I remember that was the first time I met you there.
Years ago.
About 4 years ago. 3 years.
3 years ago.
And Billy Joe stood up and said, like, you got prospects, but Lerrone is the biggest prospect in this country, or something like that.
Yeah, and still to this day, he still mentions my name.
I'll let you actually, because before you came, Richie and I spoke about Billy Joe Saunders, so I wanted to get your take on it. He's not a superstar, as in Canelo and Golovkin brackets, with regards to his profile in boxing, and I attribute it down to the fact he's had his problems out of the ring, but he's also never had a standout fight. What are your opinions on Billy Joe, the boxer, and the man?
The man, me personally, he's always been good to me. Like, he's always given me, shown me respect, and always give me credit, where a lot of people, they don't. So as a man, I think he's a really lovely man. He's also a family man as well. So I've got a lot of respect for Bill. When it comes to the boxing, he's a good boxer. People might say he's not as disciplined as what he should be, but when it comes to skills, he's got loads of him. I just would like to see Bill a little bit more consistent, a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I said. Because he hasn't gone camp. Like, he's not really someone that's had regular fights, and I think he's suffered because of that.
Yeah, I think he just needs to be a little bit more active. The stand-up fight would be Lemieux.
Yeah.
For me, because he boxed incredibly well.
Yeah.
He done a little showboat that everyone tends to copy these days. But
even that, Lerrone, that was December 17.
It was a long time ago.
Do you know what I mean? And we're now 18 months again.
Yeah.
And he hasn't had a stand-up fight in that time, and it's crazy.
Who did he box after that?
He boxed. Was Willie Monroe? No, I don't think.
Willie Monroe was before.
Before that was the September. Then Lemieux in the December. And last year he had a quiet year. I think he had one fight at cruiserweight.
Oh, against Charles Adamou.
Yeah. Which is crazy, isn't it? Like, and Billy Joe Saunders should not be in that caliber of fights at this stage of his career, in my opinion. He's too good for that.
Absolutely.
And
I'm sure there's a reason behind it, but he's obviously boxing for the world title this weekend.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what he...
is that an interim? WBO interim?
It's for the full title.
It's full title now.
Ramirez is now vacated, so...
So
full title.
Looks like Billy Joe will be a 2-weight, providing he comes through 2-weight.
He should be, yeah, absolutely. He should box this guy's head off.
Yeah. Right, there's a lot of questions to get through. Most of them aimed at you, obviously. First of all, we'll talk about other fights that have been made recently. Obviously, on your platform, BT, there's been a good fight, heavyweight British title fight that not many people thought would happen this soon. Daniel Dubois and Nathan Gorman.
Yeah. Your
initial thought on the fight and how you think it plays out?
I think it's a great fight, and I think it's happened at the right time. It was sort of dragging on for me because they were both boxing the same opponents.
They were sharing opponents.
Yeah, so I thought, oh man, it's just doing my head in, but it's the right time, and I think Daniel will win this fight.
Do you think Daniel stops him?
I think people don't give Daniel enough credit for his boxing ability.
I think I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I think I look at Nathan Gorman's skill set as a boxer.
Yeah.
And that's what he is. He's a boxer.
Yeah.
Obviously at heavy, everyone can punch a bit, but he's not a knockout guy.
He's not a concussive puncher, no. But when it comes to like Daniel, I spent a lot of time with Daniel because I've known Daniel for years.
Yeah.
I remember we used to walk in and he was tiny at Repton Amateur Boxing Club, and I used to see him shadow box.
What was he, about 4?
He was like, he was young. Yeah, and
I seen a picture of him the other day. He's like 14. And he was like just below Joshua, and that was crazy.
And he just grew like crazy.
What happened? One summer he just went away and
had a growth spurt.
Yeah,
but his dad's quite a big man as well. So, but yeah, he went through sort of the Repton system when it comes to sort of the boxing, and I think in this fight you'll see more of his boxing skills.
Yeah. Daniel Dubois is 21 years old. And Nathan Gorman is 22 years old.
Yeah,
like
they're very young.
And for heavyweights as well. Like obviously they're young anyway, but even heavyweights, it's like there's no loser. Like if you lose at this stage to someone who's going to kick on anyway, it's kind of irrelevant. Like, and I wish this happened more. I really do. I wish we saw more guys put it on the line. Fair play to them both for taking it.
Yeah.
But you know, it's going to be the way I see it. Right, I picture it like Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder.
Okay.
There's a boxer and a puncher. Do you know what I mean? And it's who can implement their game plan for longer spells of the fight.
Yeah.
I think Gorman will probably go down. And it's whether he can get back up.
Daniel Dubois, because obviously I watched him live a few times, he's very physically strong.
Yeah.
Very physically
his
strong.
shoulders and
when
his traps and he's horrible.
Yeah.
He looks, but he had a firefight last time with Larty.
And it was a good fight.
It was a good fight, man. But I don't think he'll want to do that too much. His trainers won't be too.
No, it's a bit reckless. Yeah, you can't be doing that.
That was the night of your fight, wasn't it?
That was the main event. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you stay around for that, or did you watch it? When you
I was at the back doing my urine testing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was there for hours, man. I left the arena like 1:30.
Is it?
In the morning, yeah. It took me ages to pee.
Nerves.
I was so like happy. It was after the fight. I was so like happy.
Yeah.
My adrenaline was just so high. I couldn't pee, so I had to wait.
Was that a WBO? Was that a WBO? Who was that?
That was the UCAT. Is it
UCAT? So that's basically the whole of British boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because have you had many? This is something we spoke about previously. That obviously small hall boxers, some of them go the whole career. They can fight up to Southern area, up to some English, and never have had a piss test in their life.
Never.
Is that your first one?
That was my first one.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was my first one, but I was happy. I sort of took it out. Like my dad took pictures on his phone. Like,
I've made it. I'm getting piss tested.
Yeah, because I was like, like that's really good. Like, I was happy. It's random, but
yeah,
good experience.
Yeah. So BT Sport now. I'm just thinking about all the big fights they've got, and you know, I've made no secret before that my opinion is Frank seems to be a bit away from Eddie with regards to filling arenas. You know, it's difficult. It's very difficult. Now, I'm not saying Eddie Hearn's shows are better. Like, they've struggled badly, in my opinion, recently. But do you think there can be or what needs to happen for a shift to occur where you think, you know what, BT and Frank were the big players in Britain? Because, in my opinion, they seem to be quite a way off.
In Britain, well, Eddie Hearn's putting a lot of shows on in America now. Most of his top fighters are fighting in America. When it comes to the UK shows, I think Frank's putting on better shows, my opinion. But obviously, a lot of people say different.
Yeah, it's opinions, isn't it?
Yeah, but I feel like in order for things to change a little bit better on both platforms, fighters need to start taking proper fights.
Yeah.
They need to start They need to think. Oh look, like Jordan Gill, for example, good boxer. He took a proper fight, and even though he got beat, he still took a proper fight, and I respect him for that. Lee Woods taking proper fights. Joshua Buatsi taking proper fights. So like, if you take proper fights, people are it's gonna draw the public in, aren't they? And we're not fool. We're not silly.
Yeah.
We know when we see a proper fight. Like when I boxed Tommy Langford, people knew it was a proper fight, so that's why people was interested. So
yeah, I think now with the amount of television platforms, with IFL, YouTube platforms, everything, there's got to be, because it's diluted as it is. Truth is, there's a lot of platforms involved, and there has to be a point where guys go, listen, to even get spoken about, even though I'm on telly, I've got to have a fucking fight. Look at Fitzgerald and Fowler.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean?
You've got to have a fight, because if you're not gonna, you're gonna get found out anyway. If you don't get found out at this level, you're gonna get found out later on.
Which brings me on to a point Richie and I touched on earlier. Anthony Yarde.
Yeah.
Is it genius? Is it crazy? Is it mad? Taking a world title fight, which is 99% done, we're led to believe, against Kovalev, but it's arguable he's never had a fight, a 50-50, where someone coming to beat him.
Oh yeah.
Is that fair to say? Would you say, or is that a little bit?
I think that's a little bit harsh.
Yeah.
I rate Anthony Yarde. I think he's got a lot of ability, and I think he's going to beat Kovalev.
Yeah, I really hope he does.
It's about timing. It's like what Tunde says. Everything's.
Are you a Tunde soldier now? Are you out?
No,
here?
I like Tunde. I get along with Tunde, but it's everything's about timing and getting people at the right time, and this is the right time.
Yeah, I think this is the best time to fight a Kovalev. He didn't want to do it 3 years ago.
If it was like when Kovalev was boxing Nathan Cleverly, I'd be like, hell no.
Yeah.
But he's not the same Kovalev.
Yeah, that's fair. My concern is I've never seen Anthony hit, like really take a dig. You've never seen him. But I know they've got him southpaws and they've had different style boxers, but I haven't seen, in my opinion, the fights I've seen, I haven't seen anyone really want to go to war with him, have a tear up with him, and push him and see how he comes in through the pressure. But
that's like, say, some people can say the same thing about me. Lerrone hasn't been chinned. He hasn't been hit on his chin.
Yeah.
They can say the same thing.
Are you looking at a world title in your next fight? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've had that step now where former world title challenger for the Commonwealth and the WBO International.
Yeah.
But you're not going to go world title next fight.
No.
So that's the argument, isn't it? It's like, who decides when's the right time? You could wait your whole life waiting for the right time. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So I don't have any problem with him taking it. I just wonder if it's a big risk having not had a level of step up that people can recognise. That's the British route. Like, there's enough British fighters to warrant have gone through them. He could have gone through Bullioni a year ago, and he probably would have spanked him out.
Because Yarde hasn't even won a Commonwealth.
No,
he hasn't won any sort of domestic title. He's sort of like won a European. He's defended the Intercontinental for a long time.
Won the Southern area. Do you remember the Chris Hobbs fight?
Chris Hobbs, beat Chris Hobbs.
What a man Chris Hobbs is. That guy kept getting up, man. Like six body shot droppages. Crazy. But that's my only concern. That has he been at a level that he knows?
Because at that level, it's not physical. It's not always physical. It's all mental. Because you get these, you get less opportunities to land.
Yeah.
So
patience.
So you have to be patient, and when you see that opening, that's when you take it, and it's few and far between.
Yeah.
So has Anthony Yarde had enough spars with quality operators? Has he been in a ring with quality operators to be able to capitalise on them mistakes that Kovalev brings? Or has?
I think Kovalev can get sloppy. I think he will, and he's more likely to. We saw it when he got.
Yarde can punch.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a one-punch knockout artist.
Or you think he's a culmination guy?
I think that he's like, if he hits you, stun you, and then boom.
I think he's accurate as well. He doesn't waste a lot. You don't see him missing it too much. You know what I mean? He's very patient.
He's a good boxer.
Yeah. No, he is. He is a good boxer. And I like Anthony. Every time I've met him, I think he's a lovely man.
Yeah.
My only worry, maybe it's the jump from what level is he at right now? As of today, we don't know what level he is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We can't even go, well, he's domestically third. We don't know.
Let me ask you a question, right? Going back. When Callum Smith was fighting George Groves, who did you think would
That broke my heart. I don't want to talk about that, Lerrone.
But you thought Groves would win, right?
Okay, when it comes to George Groves and David Haye, I'm completely blind.
Yeah.
I still, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To this, I still
So
think
you
Groves
thought
won. Yeah, of course.
Right, so Groves going back when he boxed...
What was his career best fight? Froch won.
Yeah, Froch won.
Probably his best performance, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that have beaten Callum Smith?
I believe, yeah, I did, but I'm so biased, Lerrone, I swear to God.
But he would have given Callum Smith a better fight.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he looked.
When he boxed Callum Smith, he boxed. It's like it was
a shell of himself. Yeah. Yes.
Timing.
Yeah. It's fair. It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a very good point. Do you know? Again,
bearing in mind as well, Callum Smith never had the fights that George Groves had to get to that final.
Yeah.
He boxed that.
George beat Eubank and Cox, and he beat Nicky. What's his name? The kickboxer on 3 days' notice.
Guy. And what was the other guy? The Swedish guy.
Oh, Eric Skoglund.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a fair comparison. And who knows when the right time is? Like we said, you could have a guy that is peripheral world level his whole career, but just doesn't make it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I'd like Anthony to do it. I really would like him to do it, and maybe then people, you know what I mean, they can't deny it. Once he's got a world title around his waist, you can't knock him. But if he gets beaten, and he gets quite spectacularly beaten, then all the things that Tunde has said when he said that Andre Ward didn't have the skill set that Anthony Yard has, do you know what I mean? Them things are going to come back and bite him straight in the arse.
Yeah.
But it's the risk you take, mate.
Yeah, well, it's a business, and Tunde's smart.
Yeah.
And he sort of spoke so highly of Anthony Yard. Maybe he got Anthony Yard more money.
Yeah.
He's a manager, he's doing his job.
Yeah, he's a training manager.
And if he never spoke like this, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a fair point. And listen, people make careers off talking.
Yeah.
People make David Haye got the Klitschko fight because he talked and he was brash and he was horrible and he's a pain in the arse. It works. It works. True, it sells.
It does.
So yeah, I just think it's a well, time will tell, man.
Yeah,
time will tell whether it's a crazy fucking thing or if it's just genius. So
yeah.
Right, a few more of the questions. It wasn't even a question. I just fucking talked about what we'd spoken about, but you missed it all. Jamani Camaro, my good friend. Lerrone, are you looking to win the British outright or keep it moving as soon as you can? Obviously, given the choice, in a lot of cases, it does depend on what options are on the cards at each time. But what's the first thing when you think about moving on? Do you think winning the British would mean more to you than rushing forward, or is it not rushing? Is it, you know, I'm fucking ready to propel now?
For me, I'm just sort of going with the flow. When I win the British title, I'll have the British and the Commonwealth. So I'm going to hold them belts. So if anyone wants to move on or wants to move up, then they have to come through Lerrone Richards. That's the mentality that I'm going to have. I'm not going to vacate no belt.
No.
I'm going to hold them.
Yeah.
I'll hold them.
Yeah?
Yeah, well.
What's the reason? Like, why? You see some guys want to win a title and they want to move straight on. Why? Is it because you've been stung before?
If there was a bigger option, like a European title or whatever, then I might look at it and think, okay. But I'm not vacating them belts for nothing. I work too hard for that.
Yeah.
And because I believe in my skills, I believe that anyone that comes up to fight me, I'll beat. Yeah. So I'd hold them belts. So anyone who wants them belts has to come through Lerrone Richards.
I love that. Are there fights that mean more to you? Would you like to fight a specific fighter in your division? I know you've always said really you'll fight anyone, but is there anyone you'd like to for a positive reason that you just want to test yourself against them, or one that you don't like, or what? Any opponent that stands out that gives you a little bit of a...
Do you know what fights I was looking at? Because I wanted a good name on my record, but a name that people would know through boxing was Sakio Bika.
Yeah. How old's Sakio Bika?
He's quite old.
He's been going a little while, hasn't he?
I liked it because, you know the name, and it's a good fight.
I met him randomly in Westfield. He was here it might have been Froch Groves one weigh-in or something. He was just knocking about. Yeah. I think he was WBC.
He was WBC World Champion.
Yeah,
I like that Sakio Bika fight.
Yeah.
That Caleb Truex.
Oh yeah, Truex. Yeah, beat the girl for the world title. You like them kind of fights?
Yeah. Even that J. Leon Love was.
Oh yeah, J. Leon Love. Was he calling that Rocky or something? I can't remember.
He boxed Benavides.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So them total fights.
Them kind
nice
of names.
Fights. Yeah. Even what's that guy who boxed over there, middleweight? That hard nut from America.
Gosha.
I respect him, but what's his name, man? Boxing
Based in America.
He's American. He was in Creed.
Oh, what's his name, man? I can't remember his name. It's going to escape me. I haven't seen the Creed films, but I know the guy.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, him. He's a good fight.
Did you see Jared Hurd last night?
Yeah, watched it.
Jared Hurd, man. I haven't watched these. I haven't caught up with these. And Isaac Dogbay.
Yeah, oh,
man. Now, I just want to say, Dogbay, I don't understand why they took the rematch. When I watched the first one, the style looked all wrong for Isaac.
Yeah.
And they went straight back in, brave, but...
Brave.
What's your opinion on it?
Like, I know Isaac, but it was hard to watch, mate. It was.
I ain't seen it yet.
The first few rounds, I thought, yeah, because he's trying to aim for the body, but Isaac's quite strong, quite powerful, but it's like he wasn't denting this guy.
Yeah.
The guy was so strong, he was so big. And it's like every time the guy hit Isaac, it was just like, whoa, like Isaac was shocked by the guy's power.
Yeah.
And as the fight went on, it started to get really uncomfortable to watch, because I know him.
I saw a couple of tweets that it's his dad's in his corner, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is it Paul?
Paul Dogbay.
Yeah, and people were saying that the fact that he didn't pull him out was quite bad.
No,
I haven't got an opinion on that.
Do you know what? For me, like Isaac's a warrior. You got to give someone a chance, because it only takes that one shot.
Is there the argument? I don't know if you remember the George Groves Edward Gertnecht fight at Wembley. I was there, and after 9 rounds, Gertnecht had lost 8 of the 9, and that was being generous. And the corner let him go for the 10th, 11th, and 12th. And I remember watching that, thinking, I don't know why. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously the worst happened.
What was he getting a beating?
Yeah, he was getting a beating. He took a bad beating, and then after that collapsed. And I don't think to this day he's completely recovered. Man. So is it? Boxing is a game that... It's not a game. It's boxing as a sport, which is a brutal... Your T-shirt says it. We don't play boxing. You guys go to war, the trenches, and you lot fucking grown men athletes trying to punch holes in one another. It's what it is.
Yeah.
You're trained assassins. So when someone's lost 9 of 10 rounds or there or thereabouts, is there not a point where you go, let's live to fight another day? Do we need to take 6 or 9 more rounds of punishment?
I understand that. But, you know, as fighters, we don't want to get stopped. We don't want to get stopped. I think his dad stopped it at around too late, maybe.
Yeah.
But it was the right time.
If you look at David Caldwell and Jordan Gill on the Friday night on the Matchroom Bill, he was getting dropped. It was 3 times, I think.
Dropped 3 times.
3 times, all body work, and he didn't look right. And it was it the 5th or the 6th? I think Caldwell.
I think it was like round 6, 7.
It was around the midway point, and I liked it. To be honest, I liked seeing it because in the first round I thought Gill, he looked alright, he boxed, and
it was the right decision.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, because he wasn't going to win the fight.
Yeah, once you've been dropped that many times,
he was dropped 3 times. Yeah. So what's that? That's like
you're
6 rounds,
6 points down. Yeah, and that's not even.
And it's a 10-round fight.
Yeah,
I might as well just call it a day and come back.
You know, with these fights that we're seeing, we touched on it earlier. Ritson, Ted Cheeseman, and now Jordan Gill. They're all being pushed to a level which they've all failed at. Obviously, they could come back and they could win at that level, European or... Are we seeing a shift in the push of prospects against these level of opposition they're not ready for because of the fact Eddie's bringing his bigger names to America? Do you think that's the reason?
I don't know, but if after Cheeseman's fight with Byfield and after Ritson defending the British title 3 times
in like 3 rounds or
3 rounds, wouldn't you have said they was ready for that fight?
Yeah,
you would have said they was ready for that.
Hindsight will tell me no, but yeah, you're probably right. I would have probably gone, yeah,
they're ready for that.
But when you go, Ted Cheeseman beat Asinia Byfield, who before that had been Southern Area champion.
Yep. Beat Carson Jones.
He beat Carson Jones, who we know comes for a fight, but what Carson? Yeah, it is hindsight to go. He wasn't ready. Will he be ready? I have no doubt Ted will probably win a European title.
He will. Yeah, absolutely.
But
I thought he was ready.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about this guy, Garcia. Ritson, I thought he would win. Because he was blasting through domestic. He was blasting through the British scene.
Yeah.
beating some
Cardle,
real good fighters.
Barrett,
And
Paddy.
the guy who boxed Adam Deansdale, the Irish guy.
Yeah, just blew them away, mate.
Blew them away.
So yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard.
Paul Highland.
Paul Highland Jr. It's really hard to get the timing, isn't it? Everything you say is timing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think time will tell some of these guys, but I just fear because Eddie's now he's really thin. Like his shows that was the next gen on Friday night.
Yeah.
Granted.
What talent does Eddie Hearn have? Like you say.
But this is it. This is it. Who are his talents and who are his pay-per-view stars now? He has Joshua.
Joshua Buatsi will become a pay-per-view star.
100%.
100%.
100%. Joshua Buatsi has it.
Yeah. Joshua will.
Has it. He's spiteful in the ring. He's vicious. He's horrible.
Yeah.
And
he's good attitude.
Yeah.
Nice guy. I like that Joe Cordina.
I think Cordina will suffer from being a smaller weight. I don't feel like the smaller weights ever really reached the next level, which is.
Yeah, you're right, but
people have done it. Naz has done it. That was Naz Feather, Super Feather, whatever it was.
He was a featherweight,
but he was Princeton Z. He was different,
Cordina.
Who would have
as you?
God, mate. You see, he's gone with Shane McGuigan.
Yeah, he's gone with Shane. Yeah.
I'm confused. Did he have one fight with this new trainer?
Yeah, two fights. Yeah.
Can you see a Shane McGuigan and a Coley? Like, just doesn't feel right to me.
I think it might work.
I mean, what is work? He's already won every fight he's been in.
I think maybe Coley's trying to sort of straighten up a few things. He wants to be a little bit more technical, but I don't want him to be like that.
Well, I
like him to be the way he is.
Do you really?
And I would like him to work on being the best at that. That
surprises me so much because of the way you're such a skillful boxer.
Yeah.
And my opinion of Coley is a complete opposite.
Yeah.
That when at the fights, he beat Isaac Chamberlain, he beat Matty Askin in non-boxing fashion.
Yeah, he beat Luke Watkins. He's beating...
That was good. I thought that was probably...
Chamberlain. No, not Chamberlain. Camacho.
Camacho, yes. Camacho has his ceiling. Like, for as much as I love Waddy Camacho, my problem is he doesn't... He uses his strength and his size and he makes the fights pretty dull.
Yeah.
But then why would you want him to stay like that?
Because it's effective. Trust me. You see me, I've got different styles.
Yeah.
I can box on the back foot. I can box coming forward. If I want to make it really awkward, I can throw little funny shapes at you as well to win a fight. And if Lawrence Okole's awkwardness makes him effective, then continue to do it.
Yeah.
Why would you change it?
But why go to a new trainer? Obviously, I don't know any reason why. Maybe there's a fallout. I don't know.
You can learn different little things.
Little things that for the next level.
Because
they're talking about a world title for this guy now.
Yeah, and he will beat Lebedev.
It's just too big for him.
It's too big, and he's too awkward. He's too awkward, and that's what he needs to
heavyweight.
Keep doing.
Somehow he's making the cruiserweight limit.
Yeah.
Mental.
But he needs to do it.
He blocked me on Twitter.
Why?
Because after the Matty Askin fight, I just said it was. I think if you're on a pay-per-view show. It was the biggest fight on the card in my opinion. It was like the best fight, and he made it as bad. And I thought he should have been thrown out. He got the ref. He got a lot of leniency.
He was holding quite a lot.
A lot. My opinion was he should have been thrown out because he did the multiple fouls. And I guess the next day he woke up Reddit and went, "Fuck this guy." First thing I did was text Dan Aziz because Dan Aziz is a good friend, and obviously they train together. And I said, "Bro, tell your guy stop being fucking." He said maybe it was his management. I don't know. It's opinions. I just don't enjoy watching Okolie. Okay. I think people will struggle to buy into Okolie because of his fight style. Mm-hmm. But maybe I'm wrong. But Shane McGuigan link, I didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't either.
You know what I mean?
Well, to be honest with you, I kind of did.
Yeah. You knew about it, I guess.
Because there was an interview, and I remember Lawrence saying, he made a statement, I don't usually listen to outsiders or other people, but I listened to this guy because obviously Shane McGuigan spoke quite highly of him. Mm-hmm. So maybe it could have come.
Yeah. Be interesting to see if there can be any implementation of not a different style because you ain't going to change him now. But
I wouldn't change him.
Just do different.
If I was training Lawrence Okolie, I'd say be as awkward as you want.
Yeah. Do you think he's a heavyweight in time? Think he'll try and win a world title, cruiser, and then go up?
Yeah. He's a big guy, man.
He's a big dude.
He's got skinny legs though.
Yeah.
But he's a big guy, big lump.
I wonder if he's got a chin on him. You know what I mean?
See, everyone says that. I wonder, but listen, you might not ever see me get hit clean.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to see it.
I don't want to see it.
I know I've got a good chin, but I don't need to rely.
Have you ever been pinged in sparring where you thought, "What the fuck just hit me"?
Nah, but I've been hit obviously hard.
Who's hit you the hardest?
Must have been when I was in Ghana.
Oh yeah, you trained in Ghana for a bit.
Yeah, must have been Ghana.
Some crazy African warriors, bro. They'll lay you out.
Hit hard, mate, like bricks. But no, I've got a good chin, but I don't need to rely on that. I rely on my brain.
Yeah, you don't want to be getting clean.
Hey, look at Floyd.
Yeah,
you've got to leave the sport with all your faculties, man.
Yeah.
You've got fighters these days that they
and
can't
you know
really
what? I think Canelo rides a shot as well. I saw a few clips of the Jacobs, the left hook landed in the ninth round. But when they show it from a different, he sees it coming and he turns his head at the same time. And if you're going to get pinged and you can do the most to nullify the impact, man, you know, that comes down to ring intelligence and ring IQ, then, doesn't it? Crazy, mate. Next question. Fucking hell, Lou Smith has sent in so many questions. I'm trying to get through some of them.
Lewis Smith?
Lewis Smith, yeah.
Oh, he boxed on the weekend?
He went 3-0 last night. Whose phone's ringing? Is that you? It's one of the kids. Yeah, Lou Smith. So one of his questions. Right. Do TV channels need to start dropping these deadbeat MCs and commentators after an absolute shocker of a night after introducing people wrong and not having a clue about boxing?
Oh, he's talking about Ultimate Boxer.
He's talking about Ultimate Boxer. So we touched on this earlier.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
Did you go?
No, I didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go?
I had something on some family arrangement, but...
you see the guy?
I saw the guy. It was quite funny. He's like...
He started doing lightsaber noises.
Did you see? Yeah, it was funny, yeah. But do you know what? It was different, but I just didn't understand it. And he announced Grant Dennis wrong.
He did. Grant Dennis and Shawn Phillips. He called him Shawn Dennis.
Yeah, and he said how Grant Dennis had 12 wins. No,
12 fights with 1 win.
12 fights with 1 win. Yeah, well,
I mean, that's not good enough, though. See, if you're on a television, that's not good enough, man. Like, we're going to make mistakes. We're human, but I just can't have that. That's a bad one. Like, you can't...
And the worst thing about it, right? No, everyone can make mistakes, right? But he stopped, and then...
He went back.
Yeah,
maybe he had the wrong card or something.
Like, he had the wrong card. I thought, oh, okay, fair enough. And then he come back and he done it the same thing again. I was like, mate.
Poor guy had a nightmare.
It's all wrong, mate.
Absolutely. What song did you come out to on your fight, by the way? Did BT go to the break before the fighter entrances? Which they need to change, by the way.
Yeah, they come up to, you know Honey, the film Honey?
The Mariah Carey one?
No, it's like, yeah, I Believe. You know that film, that song, I Believe?
No.
You don't know it?
No.
And then it switched to Black and Yellow.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's what was with the Bumblebee shorts, yeah? Where did the idea for Bumblebee shorts come from, man? Because if you in Langford in your fucking mental shorts, my eyes were going at some point. He had the West Brom blue and green, green and yellow.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. What was the idea between the shorts?
I don't know, because it's a bee. You know, and I thought, you know, sting like a bee.
Were they heavy? They were like fur, weren't they?
They were fur, yeah. They weren't heavy though, no.
Look at you, you're so bougie now, man.
But I just thought, let me enjoy it, man. Yeah.
Why not?
Let's enjoy it. Yeah, why not?
Alright. Lewis Smith. Lerrone, what are your aspirations now you've won the Commonwealth? And if all is well with the British, how far do you think you can go?
Only time will tell, man. I'm just going to keep working hard and learn as much as I can, and we'll see how far I can go. But I will take the big fights. Like, when there's a good fight for myself to take and a good name, then I will take it. I'm not going to be one of them guys who shy away. I'm a guy who likes to test myself. Mm-hmm. And I believe that if you test yourself, then you know you'll be more like, it will benefit you more as you go up the levels.
What's the next one? Lerrone, how does it feel to finally start getting your opportunities at the domestic titles now after a frustrating time in your career and it being nothing more than your skill set in the ring deserves?
Oh, thanks, man.
Is there any, not bitterness, but maybe resentment towards a couple of guys that maybe are getting a shot where it should have been you, in your opinion, or is it how?
Never, because it's just not how I'm built. I just felt like I knew that my time would come. I just had to stay in the gym and just keep working hard and just keep faith. And that's what I did. And I got the opportunity and I took it.
Ramez Mahmood asked pretty much the same question. How do you feel getting the recognition you finally deserve after that fight? Does it feel like a...
Do you think I got recognition for that fight?
Honestly?
Yeah.
No. And I don't know if you ever will. And I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. Your personality is not outlandish.
No.
You're not a brash person.
No.
You're a softly spoken, quiet man. You're a family man. You know, I met your dad, you're a good person. And sometimes good people don't always finish the front.
Yeah, sure, you're right.
And I think you're always going to have people, but why didn't he go for the knockout? Well, why isn't he banging people out?
Yeah.
Well, why don't I know him at, well, you're 26?
26,
20. Why don't, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ain't going to please everyone.
No.
Like, on paper, Anthony Yard's career is perfect in some ways, but we're all talking about it and questioning it.
Yeah.
And they're going to do the same to you.
Absolutely.
Do you get the recognition for your boxing skills between the hardcore people? I think yes. The amount of people I saw tweeting, because I just clicked on the hashtag Richards Langford to see what people were saying. Loads of people, I didn't know this guy, but fuck me, the boy can box. And what skills? And his trunks are terrible, but he's a good boxer. Like, you know what I mean? But there's always going to be people that want more from you.
Absolutely. Like, I see people saying, "Oh, you can't punch" and stuff like that. Listen, I'm not going to be the one to say to you I'm a one-punch knockout artist, but I know for a fact, if I hit anyone with flash, I hurt them.
Yeah.
My power's underrated. But if, people want to sort of look past that, so that's their problem.
It'll be the downfall, innit?
Yeah.
Many fighters look at you and go, "Oh, you can't punch." Do you feel you're getting more recognition? But or is this...
I think this fight put me on the map.
Yeah.
For sure, because I feel they know Tommy Langford, and I think the fashion that I beat him in as well, I've got a lot of respect for.
I don't know, there was one judge give it 116, 113, man.
It was close.
You know that?
That was Phil Edwards.
That's bad shit. There was a schooling. I said it. I try to when I have a feeling towards a guy and I consider I'll be more harsh on you.
Yeah.
And I gave him a share of 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And that was me trying to be harsh on you. You know what I mean? I didn't see, but it's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. That's another.
I knew that I won the fight after.
Yeah.
I felt him sort of the driver's seat from round 4.
That 10th round I could watch all day long, man.
Yeah.
You landed these uppercuts and you couldn't miss for a minute. This right uppercut was just...
I was just
shaking him.
I saw that uppercut in round 3. And I thought, I'm just going to take my time. I'm not going to throw as of yet. Because I'm a smart guy in the ring. And I thought round 10, just let it go. And I did. So...
Do you think you could have got him out of there?
I know I could have. But what...
Is there an argument that people will say, well, if you knew you could get him out of there, shouldn't you have gone for it? Like, do you know what I mean? Is it a legitimate question?
I knew,
why didn't you step in the gas more?
I could have got him out of there. But what everyone seems to forget is that I had 13 months out of the ring. So, for me to go back and straight into a fight like that, you got to give me some credit. Because people ain't doing it. People have injuries and they come back to a warm-up fight.
Yeah.
A little 6th round against a journeyman. I just went straight into it. So maybe I know if I had that 6th rounder or 8th rounder before warm-up, then I definitely probably got Tommy Langford out of there. But I didn't, so I had to shake off the ring rust. And could have got him out there, nearly did. But yeah, got the decision and in good fashion.
Yeah, definitely. I have a question. You said earlier you just want to keep getting your experience. And how long have you been in this gym now? In the iBox?
I've been 3 years now.
Is there a case that you can learn all you can in one camp, and sometimes different coaching methods, different training, that you might learn more under other people, or does that come down to the different sparring you bring in and different sort of expertise? And you all study, you know what I mean? You're always learning.
I'm always learning, but I say the coach should always be learning too, because we're never going to be perfect. We all got to keep learning. And if the coach is learning and getting all that information, then he will share it onto the boxer, and then that means the boxer will learn and then the boxer will improve. So it's all like a sort of a domino sort of effect.
Do you do a lot of different sparring? Or are you camp specific sparring? Langford, would you get someone similar to Langford, or a multitude of fighters and you'll just adapt?
For the Langford fight, I wanted tough guys who were going to make me work. So I got Grant Dennison. Warhorse doesn't stop coming.
Yeah.
Boxing skills underrated though, so he doesn't really use it much, but he's got good boxing skills, good counters, got good speed. And I thought, Grant Dennis ain't going to be, or Tommy Langford ain't going to be as fast as Grant Dennis. He's not going to be as strong. So
who makes them decisions? You and Al, your coach.
Me and Al, yeah. Well, I'll sit down and I'll tell Al what I like, because I don't like easy sparring. I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in and spar a guy who's not on my level and just beat him up. That doesn't get me in. Doesn't give me any confidence, and it's not fair, is it?
There are certain guys that have made a bit of a name from doing that, getting guys in sparring and feel like they're putting that.
It's not fair. Yeah. I don't want to be on someone who can't defend himself.
There's levels, isn't it?
Yeah, there's levels. Brought Joshua Boazzi in as well. Come in, help me.
Really is Boazzi as good as I most of us are feeling he is?
He's good, man. He's better than what you lot think as well.
Really?
He's good.
Does he hit hard?
He's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he can dig a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. But anyone who's at light heavyweight and super middleweight, if they throw their punches technically sound, then they're gonna dig, for sure.
Question from Jay Smith. Cheers, mate. Daryl Williams is an ex-gym mate of yours.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you lift him when he won the English.
Yeah.
Would you take a fight with him? Is it business? Would business come first?
Do you know what? I like Daryl. And I will always say I like Daryl. Daryl's cool, man.
He's such a cool guy, man.
Yeah, he's cool. And I have no problem with Daryl. And I've spoken to Daryl over the phone many times when he had the English title and was like, look, we probably would fight, but not for English title. It's bigger than that.
Yeah.
You know, if I pick up a British and Commonwealth title and Daryl wanted to fight me, then it makes sense because there's more on the line, right?
Yeah.
But no, I've never really had like Daryl's obviously been on my radar because the promoters and the management have made it known that me and Daryl could fight. But
also they were limited on super middles. Really, when you think about it,
they were. But it's not one I've been calling out for because I always knew that I'll get an opportunity somewhere else.
Brighton just scored again. Fucking hell, got the last day of the fucking season going on. It's mad. Yeah, no, Daryl's I'd like to see him come again, man. After that British fucking nightmare he had with Zach Parker.
I thought that he won that fight. Zach Parker obviously
I thought it was a robbery.
Yeah, he had an injury, Zach Parker, and in all credit, you got to give Zach Parker credit because he had he showed character. And
he did. I don't know how many he landed. I don't know. I can't remember the fight.
But the fact that he got through them rounds.
Yeah.
He showed a bit of character.
Imagine getting through and then being crowned the British champion when it was quite clear to most people.
So I thought Daryl won. I thought Daryl won the title.
Maybe don't go on the World Boxing Super Series undercard, Lerrone. You know what I mean? Judges and that is. There are certain ones I can let slide. There are certain ones that I go, stop using the word robbery. It's too much. I remember being outraged at that one. That was one that really stands out, which is why it's so weird. I forgot it last time.
Well, everyone saw it.
Yeah, it was a bad one.
Bad, yeah.
Only one or two more questions. All right, Joshua's opponent. This was for all of us, but Richie's gone now. With who was this from? Oh fuck it, I can't find it. But it was about Joshua's opponent, basically, Andy Ruiz Jr. With Gerald Miller falling out.
Oh mate.
Because of 3 failed drugs tests. You know, at least Ruiz is taking the fight. But what's your first thought on the fight? Do you think is it an easy knockover job for Joshua?
It's a good fight. It's not a knockover job. I think Joshua's still learning, like we all are. So I think Ruiz has got. Is it Andy?
Andy Ruiz Jr. Yeah.
I've watched him a couple times. I think I watched him against. It was Parker.
Yeah. That's who Joseph Parker won the vacant title against. And that was a judges in New Zealand.
Yeah.
It was a tight one again.
And he's got fast hands. Very fast hands, but I just think that maybe Joshua's just a little bit too big.
Yeah. I think the truth is with the heavyweight division, none of us Brits are really going to get behind it until we see those. I'd even put Dillian Whyte in there.
Dillian Whyte is not getting his fair shake, let's be honest.
He's not.
He's had them hard fights.
Hellenius, Brown. I think Dave Adams just stopped him, but at the same time he had 2 Chisora fights.
Yeah.
And now he's going with Oscar Rivas.
Yeah.
That's a tough fight. Not many people know about Rivas.
Parker. I was watching that fight. Well, Parker 2 days ago actually. It was so mad. It was a fight.
He got
and in that last round, my god,
he was nearly gone.
He was gone.
Unreal. I want to see them for just.
I want to see him fight for a world title. He deserves it.
Who would Dillian have the best chance against out of the other 3? Fury, Joshua, Wilder.
I think he's got more chance against Wilder.
Yeah.
Maybe Joshua.
Yeah.
I think Joshua.
He's got the against Joshua. He's got the animosity there already. Maybe you could get him out of a game plan.
I think he's a world class fighter, Dillian Whyte, and I think that he would trouble any one of them.
I think his boxing skills underrated.
Yeah, I just think that Fury is just something else. He's something else, mate.
Yeah, you're gonna do well.
Something about him is just.
I think he beats all of them quite handily.
I wouldn't say handily, but...
Well, yeah, he just drew... do you know what, it's bullshit me even saying that. He just drew with Wilder.
I thought he won that fight.
Yeah, I did. Even with the 2 knockdowns. Yeah. And the Undertaker at the end where he fucking rose up from...
Oh, my God, yeah. That was crazy. I thought he was gone.
Mate, that gypsy spirit, you can't teach it. You can't teach it. That's unbelievable. But I think, realistically, it's going to be hard for British fans to get behind these fights until they fight each other. Yeah. And that's the truth of it.
It's true. And the story that Tyson Fury with the depression and stuff, and he's come back and done all that, it's good. I think... I want to see Dillian White in the world title fight, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely.
Last actual question. Who is that from? Craig, not Craig Scott, the crazy Scotsman. We were talking about him, weren't we?
Yeah, Craig.
You've got your WBO. Look at the WBO International, and he was very.
He's happy with the belt.
He's happy with the belt.
He approved.
He approved. Yeah, he wasn't complimentary of the WBO European. He calls it the teabag belt. He says it looks saggy, but this belt is the absolute bollocks, mate. The weight on it. Have you checked how much you could get for it on eBay? I wonder what the weight of that, man. 10 kilos? 20 kilos?
Oh, mate,
20, 25? I don't know. It's good, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, the final question. I think it's Craig Utley, I think, something like that. Anyway, it was about Dave Allen. He said he saw Dave Allen giving you props the other day on Twitter. That his dad told him about you years ago. Do you remember that story?
Me and Dave Allen was in the national final.
Not against each other.
No, not against each other. But he was I think he was doing cruiserweight at the time. Yeah. And then anyways, it was a national final in Essex, and I boxed a boxer called Zach Burton, Jose Burton's younger brother.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And I had a fight with Zach Burton, and then his dad went up to my dad and said, "Oh, your son," and started speaking highly of me. And then since then,
he must have been young, innit?
We was young. I think it was the NABC Class 3, so we was like 16, 17.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? And then the way things come.
And since then, we've always kept in contact, me and Dave, and his dad's a lovely man. Yeah, lovely man.
He's now fighting David Price.
Yeah.
Do you think he beats Price?
Yeah. He does. It's like a switch. He's just switched.
It's good. It's good to see him taking it seriously.
He's taking it seriously now, and if it was the Dave Allen of old, then I would have been like, I still would have thought he would have won, to be honest, but I would have been, so it's going to be a different
Price's best years are past him, I don't think.
Price is not the same. To be honest with you, even when the Ali guy...
Cash Ali.
Cash Ali, before he got hungry. Bit Price. I thought that he was starting to get on top of it. Price started to tire, but with Dave, he applies very educated pressure, and I think when the longer the fight goes, I think Price will fold.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think Dave Allen will get Price out.
I think it's going to be an overhand.
Overhand right?
Overhand.
Straight on the button.
Or the body shot. Oh, that body shot was beautiful.
Beautiful. Luke, he took a step back and was like, "Nope, I'm fucked."
Yes,
he weren't getting up. It was good. Actually, one question before I let you go. You said we're talking about Eddie's stable, right? But let's talk about the whole of Britain.
Yeah.
Outside of the ones that come to everyone's mind, of the Watsies and that, who do you think could be the next? I'm not going to say prospect, but like the next unsung hero, someone that we're not giving enough props to. Who would you say is that guy?
What in Britain?
In Britain, yeah, in Britain, that maybe isn't on everyone's radar just yet. He might be, I don't know, Southern area level, might be whatever, but that you feel he's not getting it.
No one gives him credit. Is that guy called Thomas Patrick Ward?
Yeah.
No one gives him credit.
He's bantam, isn't he? Like he's
a super bantam. I think he's super bantamweight, but he's a good boxer.
Yeah.
And it's like he's just gone under the radar. It's like he doesn't even. It's like he's not even British.
Yeah. Wasn't he due to fight? Didn't he win the British?
He won the British. He beat Jazza Dickens.
Jazza Dickens. There you go. That's what I was thinking. He beat Jazza Dickens for the British.
He's a good boxer. He boxed out in America a few months back. I don't know what.
In fact, I think Craig just did an interview with him on Boxing Social. I think you're right. He's a guy that. But it comes down to the weight, Lerrone. I'm a firm believer that it's harder for casual fans to get involved with the smaller weight classes.
I get that, but you know Jazza Dickens, right?
Yeah, man went with Rigondeaux.
People, do you know what I mean? It's him. He's one under the radar. I know he's light, but he's a very good boxer.
Yeah,
underrated. It's crazy.
Thomas Patrick Ward.
You
think he'll get a push? Is he? He's not even with.
He's not with any. He's not with Warren. I don't think he boxed in a few Warren shows. I think he's boxed in Eddie Hearn's show a few times. But
Yeah.
He's a good boxer. Someone needs to pick him up.
It's a good shot. I haven't seen that much of him. I'll be honest. He's a guy that I've known his name for a little while.
Well, anyone who's watching or listening right now, watch Thomas Patrick Ward. I don't really shout like out people really. What I'll do if someone deserves credit, then I'll give it. But he's a good boxer.
Yeah.
People need to get behind that boy.
All right. Same as they need to get behind Lerrone, Sniper the Boss.
Yeah, he's a
Bumblebee.
Boxer, yeah.
Oh, you left Tesco now, right?
Yeah, I've left there now.
And last time you came, you were still doing part time at Tesco.
Yeah, I was doing security.
Yeah. So now you're, and I see them tweet you. That was funny.
Yeah.
They tweeted you because it was in an interview that you
Yeah.
left. That was funny, man. But
yeah, I've got I've got sponsors on the board now.
yeah, I was gonna say. So what made that decision? What prompted that decision?
I think as it was obviously at the beginning, it was hard. Like you can't get any sponsors, and as time goes on and people start to recognise what you do and appreciate what you do, then people jump on board, don't they? And I've been fortunate to get good people behind me now that are supporting the journey. So.
Shout them out. Who's looking after? Who's helping them?
FCI Currency, Vanquish Iconic, PT Maintenance, and obviously BoxFit that sort out my kit. So
it's good.
Yeah, they do a great job, man.
It's good, man. No, I'm glad your name is finally getting out there.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna get fucking out, mate.
It's only the beginning.
It's only the beginning, man. Of course it is.
Journey. Yeah, I just gonna be myself, like just stay grounded and stay humble, and then just keep pushing forward.
Do you see that there's a possibility because your personality is you're more reserved and laid back that there's a possibility that's why you're not getting as much recognition in not recognition boxing, that's the wrong way to put it, but maybe more of a push.
Attention?
Attention, yeah.
Maybe, but look, I'm sure with the right, we all need the dancing partner, right?
Yeah.
And I think with the right opponent, then you might see a different side to me. Because there's two different sides to people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm fake, but I'm not, far from it. But like, everyone has different emotions, and maybe someone might pull that emotion out of me.
Maybe.
So we'll see.
We'll see. No better way to end it, my friend.
Yeah.
Listen, long journey.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate your time.
Always, bro. Look, you always hit. Listen, from the beginning.
From the beginning,
man. You've always given me.
There's not many people. I mean, Linus is one that I do now.
Yeah.
But there's not many people. But Linus is getting spoke about because he's on that small hall scene. Like it's different. Whereas you, from when I seen you, I was like, it's not a small. There's no small hall. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could see the skills, and I think I seen you on I saw you on an MTK just a bit busy, and I knew straight away, man. This is different. This guy's not. And then obviously I get to know you, and I just think you deserve every bit of a success that comes your way.
Yeah, mate. Thank you.
You're shit at FIFA, but you can box a little bit. You know what I mean? So I let you off. But no, it's I'm really proud to see you got the straps that you deserve, man. And I'm just so happy for you, bro.
Yeah, man. When I win that British, I'll bring it down too.
Of course.
Sure. Yeah.
Lerrone Richards, thank you very much for coming, my brother. Man. This has been the Fight Talk podcast.